fume from Akira Kurosawa. A man from the slums of Tokyo wake up every morning and go to the train station. He believes he's a train. Every morning he stands on the track and repeats without stopping for hours and hours. Do descarten, 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 descarten, do descarten, do descarten, descarten, do 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 descarten. Do descarten, 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 do descarten. Except from the Empty Space by Peter Brook. The empty space, more than ever, we look for an experience that is beyond the humdrum. Some look for it in jazz, classical music, in marijuana, in LSD. In the theater, we shy away from the holy because we don't know what this could be. We only know that what is called holy has let us down. We shrink from what is called poetic because the poetic has let us down. We set an actor in front of us, asked him to imagine a dramatic situation that did not involve any physical movement. Then we all tried to understand what state he was in. Of course, this was impossible to understand. Which was the point of the exercise? The next stage was to discover what was the very least he needed before understanding what could be reached, what could be conveyed, what could be said, what could be expressed. I don't know. A rhythm, a movement, a sound. And where this intimate connection, especially strength, limitations. So we are working by imposing drastic conditions. An actor must communicate an idea. 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 So we work by imposing drastic conditions, limitations. But it has only say one thing, the tone of the voice, a cry, or the capacity of wisdom. It's all at his disposal. An actor sits in the end of the room, facing the wall. Facing the wall. At the other ending, other actors. There, in the opening meeting, praying alone, marking your presence, playing alone, shaking hands, marking, looking, marking your presence. The second actor, which is you, must make the first one just. As the first one has his back turned to the wall, the second has a way of communicating, looking, and listening to the words. This seems impossible, but what can be done? What he's doing there? Can we understand? 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 There it comes. Can we understand? Can we understand? Carmen. This seems impossible, but it can be done. It's like crossing an abyss on a tight rope. Necessity suddenly produces strange powers, strange visions, strange monuments. Goodbye, Oscar Niemeyer. Thank you. A feat technically impossible for her masters. A woman lifting a huge car off her injured child, there screaming, and she does. On her masters, in an unpredictable conditions. Everything is possible when you have a vision. Everything is possible when you create visions. When you disseminate ideas. When you create visions. Ludmila Pitov, an actress, used to go on the stage there now, with her heart pumping in a way that, in theory, should have killed her every night. With this exercise, many times we also observe an equality phenomenal result. A long silence, great concentration, one actor running experimentally through a range of many situations. More than ever, we look for an experience of looking an experience, but being in a space, in a sort of ritual of the opening, ritual of an exhibition. More than ever, we look for an experience that is beyond this humdrum. I repeat, some look for angels, some looking on classical music, some in marijuana and LSD. In the theater, we shy away from the holy because we don't know what could be. We only know that it is what is called home has let us down. We shrink from what is called poetic because the poetic has let us down. All you need to begin a ceremony is a pole, a spot, and people. You begin beating the drums. And far away in Africa, the gods hear your call. They decide to come to join you. We came for caramel. It's a ritual. They decide to come to you. And as voodoo is a very practical religion, it takes into account that the time that the god needs to cross the Atlantic is long. So, you go on beating your drum. Do descarten, do descarten, do descarten. Chanting and drinking rum. Chanting and drinking, waiting that they cross the Atlantic for the ceremony. I crossed from Schöneberg here. In this way, you prepare yourself. Then 5 or 6 hours go on, and then they circle above your heads, but it's not worth looking up, as naturally they are invisible. The gods are there. This is where the pole, the focus, the center, the model becomes so vital. Without the pole, without the vision, without the ideas, nothing is possible. The pole, the vision, the model, it's like the cross of the junction to the wood, earth, the spirit. Slide, and now they are ready for the second step into the opening. The vision, the look, staying together, speaking about the metamorphosis of an idea, passing from there to me, to you, to the room, to the people. We need a human vehicle and the participants. This, when the human gets possessed, he gets to his feet, no longer himself, but filled with the idea, filled with the taste, filled with the vision, with the spirit. He's someone. When the vision is present, he can joke, get drunk, listen to complaints. That's the ceremony. That's the Haitian ritual. The first thing that the priest, the homegan, does when the god arrives in the place is to shake him by the hand and ask him about his trip. Good evening. Welcome. Did you see the mother? There we are, in the ceremony, in the ritual. And God, it is all. God is all right. God is us, as the Indians say. Namaste. I greet the God inside of you. But he's not longer unreal. It is there, visible, projected, visible. The ordinary man or woman now can look, can perceive. In the ritual, can talk to the god, pump his hand, arc, curse him, go back in the bed with him. And so nightly, the Haitian is in contact with the great powers, the mysteries of ruling the life, visions. In theater, the tendency for centuries has been to put the actor in a remote distance, on a platform, frame it, decorate it, paint it in a high shoe, so to pursue this moment of holiness, that his art is sacred. Did this express reverence? Or was there behind a fear that something could be exposed if the light were too bright, the meeting too near? Today we have to expose ourselves, expose our visions. But we are rediscovering that the holy life, the holy theater, is what we need. So we need visions, we need ideas. So where we should look for it? in the clouds or in the ground. Susan Sontag. Time exists in order that everything does not happen at the same time. Time exists in order that not everything happens at the same time. Space exists that it doesn't happen all to you. Space exists that not all happens to you. Can I get a drink, please? Time exists in order that everything does not happen all, thank you, at once. Space exists so that not all happen to you. Time exists that everything does not happen. Time exists that not everything happens all at once. Pause. Space exists so that it doesn't happen all to you. Space exists that not all happen at once to you. That's why we need space. Exists that not all happen to you. Time exists in order that everything does not happen all at once. Time exists that not everything happens at once. Can you imagine if everything happens at the same time? No, it cannot be. Time exists in order that everything does not happen all at once. Stations. Space exists. Space exists so that it doesn't happen all to you. You could not stand. You need a space. You need a window. You need vision. You need a process. Susan Sontag, all at the same